Look what a pretty day I have to work. I wish I could play outside today. It is absolutely gorgeous. It was freezing cold for about 2 days here in Southland. And then all of a sudden it's 75 today. We have such bipolar weather. It's unreal. But it is a magnificent day. I may get outside a little bit. I don't know. I may go over. I'm still working on the Lake Comarin estate. I know the owner is over there pulling things out under the carport today. And if I need a little break from listing on eBay and all of that that's planned today, I may end up going over there and grabbing up Becky and seeing if we can go to the bin store or something and then go back over there and piddle around a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. I just came from out in Olive Branch, which is like an extension of where I live, really. We've got 7 little cities in this county, and they all kind of flow one into the other. This was on the other end of the county for me, but I went to an estate bid this morning, and I'm about 99% sure I'll go ahead and secure that one. I've got to send them an agreement, and then they pay me a retainer fee of $350 and hand me a key, and I'm good to go. And if I secure that one this week, that will be the second one in 48 hours, so that's pretty cool. The other one, the people own a Yamaha shop and have been in my area for many, many, many years, and as it turns out, the son that's handling the estate, it's actually the daughter-in-law, but the son that's handling the estate used to date my sister in high school, so I thought that was kind of cool. So I'll be able to handle that one. It's not a large estate, it's some small things, so probably what I'll do is take some things from the Blue Moon hippie shop liquidation that I'm doing for Becky. I'll take some things from that sale if we don't sell them this weekend, and I'll take it over to the motorcycle guys, and I'll combine my stuff in there and make it a bigger sale for them, because that'll just drive sales on other things. I usually don't put competitive items in an estate. For instance, if it's a older lady's estate, she's not going to have baseball cards. So if I have baseball card guy looking at all my ads and everything, and he goes, oh, well, there's nothing there, or video game guy or something like that, or military guy, or I keep saying guys, women look for certain things too. But if I don't have what they're looking for in the pictures, it's a chance that they might not even come to the estate. But if I can get them to the estate with some of my draw items that are my own items, or from another estate that I'm pulling over, they might impulse buy on some of this other stuff and say, hey, I didn't know that was there. It wasn't in the photo. So it gets some good crossover going. But I've got the Blue Moon sale. We've got the final, absolute final sale this weekend. I'll be filming there, and you'll see that in a video at some point. But we're going to have a sale there on Saturday, and then we're going to actually do a 2-day. And the second day is everything's $1. We're going to do a $1 sale. So we'll pull back anything that I want to take to other estates or take back to my storage or sell on eBay or anything like that. And then we'll have dollar items out, but they'll still be really good items. They'll just be things that won't necessarily go to another venue. And once that's done, those things will be taken to Motorcycle Guy, like I said. And then once Motorcycle Guy's sale is complete, I'll be pulling things from there to probably this sale that I just bid. And I've got another bid next Tuesday. So partially retired. I don't know how all that figures in. I guess that's just kind of a way to describe me, because that's not really describing me, I guess. I'm busier now than I was when I owned my shop. On my shop, I at least could go in and open the door and lock the door. I'm not complaining though. Very thankful for all the business, thankful that I'm able to help these families. All 3 of these estates were told by other companies that they didn't have enough for an estate sale, and they actually do. See, the funny thing is, a lot of the estate companies don't even come out and do a personal bid. I don't know. I may be the only one that does. They get a description of what people have in their home, and then they base it on, okay, well, there's no artwork, or there's no blah, blah, blah. And they tell people they probably don't have enough of an estate. Now, that one, the Yamaha guy, they actually had somebody come out and look at it, which I was impressed by. So there's at least one other company that will come out and take a look. But a lot of times the family will tell you the things that they think would be valuable, and hey, we've got these that will be in the estate, and then the estate company gets in there and goes, yeah, those are okay, but these over here are your real money makers. And half the time they're the things that they want to throw away. You never know. It's all the oddball stuff. It's all the VCRs and all the Sony Walkmans and all that kind of stuff that's making them some good money right now, in bits and pieces. It's not the $10,000 artwork that usually goes out the door. It's the other stuff. So I am headed home. I am going through my little neighborhood here. And I'm going to try and get some eBay listed. Jewelry haul video that I need to do. I'm also pulling out jewelry for an upcoming Jewelry Detectives show with Tanya and Angie and some of them. Got a lot to do today. But I might have to sit out on the back deck and have a cup of coffee first. Hey, Becky. Good day. Bit of a late start. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon after the sale at Blue Moon, our final sale that we had. That will probably be on another video, I'm quite sure, but maybe not. I mixed them all up, you know. We had a good sale. We got most of the store cleared out. Becky has some things that she's going to take over to the Lake Comeron estate, and she is going to meet the buyout vendor at Blue Moon to take out a few things that we're just going to donate to him. He normally will buy out things, but we've got a lot of yard silly kind of stuff, and he can get a few dollars for it, and we don't have to pay to have the building cleaned out, so works for everybody. I'm going to do that. I am headed to the bank to make a nice deposit for us. Already gave Becky the money for Blue Moon. I did around $300 myself, and for another consignor I did around $55, I believe, $55-$60. And then Becky did probably around $300 or so herself, a little bit more. So I thought we did pretty good. We had a $1 day the second day. Sold a bunch of things for $1, but we had things blocked off too that were still for sale but not $1, and we still had people that bought those too, so that worked out well for everybody. But I'm going to make my deposit at the bank and get my shipping done. I've only got 4 items going out this morning. I haven't really been putting anything on eBay. I've been relisting some things, but that's about it. I've had real slow activity there because I haven't been able to list, but hopefully this week will be a good week to get some things listed, cross-posted over on Poshmark. I need to fill that up. I think I've got 4 items in there right now, so I'd like to get at least 100 up at some point in the next week or two. We'll see if that happens. Get some cross-posting done on Etsy too. I think I've got 15 items over there. Everything is pretty much on eBay right now, so I'm trying to get things over there. I listed 2 big men's clothing lots over on Macquarie. Got that done, and so that's over there, and it's waiting in the wings for somebody that needs that. That's the first things I've listed on Macquarie, so we'll see how those go, and we'll shake it around a little bit and see if individual items will sell over there or not, or whatever. And I'll probably cross-list some jewelry and a few things like that there too. I'm going to do that and get my shipping done, like I said, and then I'm going to head down to the bin store. If I see anything interesting down there, I'll let you know. I also have connected with a friend, John Daly, not the golfer, that is here in the Memphis area, and he is owner of the Elvis Presley pawn shop, and a new estate that I start processing at some point this week. I'll probably drop some things off and look around a little bit, but won't start official processing maybe till late in the week or early next week. It doesn't have a lot in it, and the short story on it is another company suggested to the owner of this estate that they contact me because, quote unquote, she doesn't have a really large company and you don't have a whole lot to offer for the larger companies like us. I kind of laughed when they said that. They and other companies in town know that I've taken a partial retirement, but they don't know the volume of trade I do either. So I can do partial retirement and be able to do just as much almost as I did financially when I was full-time and had an antique store and was buying out the estates. So per capita, I make probably more money now with a lot less time. It gives me time to go and shop the bin stores and stuff. So. But they sent me over there, and they had already been over there. This company had already been over there, and they're one of those hang out a shingle and we're an estate company, so I don't think that they often know what they're looking at, really. It's just my opinion, but I have an opinion about that. But anyway, they sent her to me. She got in touch with me, and as it turns out, I know her family from years and years and years ago. So that was kind of a cool connection or reconnection. I didn't know her, but I knew her married into family. And bottom line is, I went in over there, and yes, they don't have a whole lot of volume like artwork and, you know, things during a traditional huge estate or anything like that, coinage or anything like that. But I always try to mention on the videos and elsewhere that I take the smaller estates because they need help too, and they get stuck with just donating things and not being able to monetize anything. And there are some good collectibles. in these little small amounts of things. If it's above a yard sale, I'm going to take it, because I can get in a day or two all by myself and process the estate. Sometimes a third day is needed, sometimes a second person is needed, but most often I can get in there and in just a couple of weeks have it ready to go. And these people are leaving, you know, anywhere from $500 to $1,500 in their pocket on the table somewhere. And that's kind of silly, if you ask me. Again, that's just my opinion. So I went in, and there were several items in there that had not been taken out of the home that were nice pieces and things that the sister was going to come get, which she did yesterday. I secured this estate last week. Well, it was one of my questions is always, now if you have other things that are your personal items, or the sister does, or, you know, whomever, and you want to put it into the estate to pad the estate and want to get rid of some things, and you don't want to have a yard sale yourself, go on and bring it in here, and we'll put it in the garage, and I'll process it, and I'll move it into the home, and I'll just put it all back into the estate, and y'all can work out whose is whose and what is what when it's sold. I said, do you have any items, you know, you'd like to add? She said, yeah, as a matter of fact, I do. And so she told me a laundry list of some small pieces of furniture and different things like that that she was going to have. And then she says, I've got jewelry. I've got about 1,500 pieces of costume jewelry that's vintage, most of it. A lot of it came from my aunt and so forth. And she says, I've got a few other things. Would you like to see them? I said, sure. So we secured the estate and everything. And I secured it on not seeing those. 2 days later, I went in and looked at jewelry, and just one piece that was included was a squash blossom, sterling and turquoise, beautiful, stunning piece, necklace from about the mid-1930s to 1940s. That was her aunt's that was left to her. It's every bit, my guess is, it's every bit of a $1,500 piece, just that item. There was a lot of the Trifari jewelry that I saw right away because I know the design and, you know, a couple of things like that. So I've got that I can have post estate sale, and I will just send her checks for anything that sells, and that's something that I would take on consignment. I take very little on consignment because I just don't have the room to store it and stuff. I don't want to take the room to store it. But these items, you know, are in 2 huge shopping bags, and I can do that. It also included 2 Rolex watches that are authentic and a tag watch that's authentic. Then she pulls out an envelope, and she said, I also have this signature, this autograph. She said, I don't have a COA on it, a certificate of authenticity. And she said, but I know it's authentic. It was my grandmother, and she had it personalized to me in the day. And it is an autograph of from Elvis Presley to this lady. It was written to her. Upon her birth, the grandmother was going to present that to her, and she was a waitress at Coletta's restaurant, which he was known to frequent here in the area. He was friends with Jerry Coletta, and this lady waited on him quite often. She was one of the requested waitresses, and she waited on Elvis quite often, and she said, would you mind doing this for me? I'd like to give this as a keepsake to my upcoming granddaughter. We know what she's going to be named and all that. And this would have been about late 1969, early 70. And John Daly, my friend, is going to do a COA on it for me. And I am going to vend through him because I will probably be able to get more money that way because it will go to national collectors. And that should be a really, really good piece too. So it all goes to show you, you need to ask the right questions, and you need to not turn your nose up at anything that you think might make you money. Or not. Because usually it will. thought I was going home to list. After I filmed that portion of video, I got a call from the Yamaha people, and she has about 1,000 to 1,500 pieces of costume jewelry that she has dug out, all different ages, some vintage, some more modern. And going by the family and the lifestyle of things, I would say even the modern ones are probably pretty good pieces. And she wants me to take those and sell those on consignment for her. Probably some through the estate, some outside of the estate. This ought to be fun. I will show you what I get. I made my pickup from my customer, Yamaha people. She had a few odds and ends, like these Flintstone cups, things like that she threw in the bag with jewelry. Some of the old dresser set type things, and those type things sell. Little nut snack set. Any of that type of stuff will sell. You know, at my estates. Pretty good. Not for hundreds, but you know, they'll sell. Then she brought me bags and bags and bags. She has it divided into, let's see, the Aldi's bag that she thinks some of this is worth a little bit more, but when she says that, she knows. You know, she's a business lady, so she knows that it's worth what people will be willing to pay for it. But there's a couple of authentic Rolex watches. Let me do it where you can see it. Rolex watches. It's some good statement pieces and things in here. I haven't looked through all of it. A couple of little odds and ends. These type of things that I'll have to test. Money clips, variety of jewelry, findings, from other jewelry that I'll probably take to the jeweler and just get scrap price on some things. Things like this came out of that same bag. She said a lot of this is costume, and she said, but it looked like better costume on some of it. She finally just got tired of looking through it, I think. But she's probably got around 1,000 to 1,500 pieces of jewelry here. And I can sell it post estate sale, so it's not like I have to sell it all right now. There's a aquamarine ring in here somewhere. Don't know where. I think in here, maybe. Let's see if I can get it. I don't know if I can pull that out or not one-handed. I think so. Let's see. A few things. This may be the watches. Rolex with a different band. She knows it was a Rolex, though. They had the paperwork on the actual watch, but she said, I can't see it. That's the original band that's on it. She couldn't get another link for it, so she said, and I can't see the face anymore anyway. Aquamarine ring. Pretty. Almost the color of the bag. So we got those. A lot of stuff there to go through. And this bag has a lot of the old enamel pins. Let's see, a lot of looks like a little fish or something there. Ouch. And a pin that's open, apparently. A lot of rings, different brooches. It's mostly brooches in here. There's that culprit right there. I'll fix you. And then got bag and bags and bags and bags and bags and bags and bags. All kinds of costume. And she said, you'll just have to look through it. I got tired. Bet Tanya and Angie are going flippers. Carla. Some of them that deal with a lot of the jewelry. Looks like some decent pieces in here. Just looking really quick. Some of them not so much. I'll go through real quickly and pull out what I can that I know is costume jewelry and put it in the estate. The estate is in about 3 weeks. So I've got a couple of weeks anyway to kind of look through here and pull out the obvious. Old cigarette roller. Can I open that? I don't know if I can open it one-handed. Let's see. If I use my primary hand, maybe. I forget how this one opens. It hinges. There we go. See? Old cigarette roller. They don't sell for a ton, but they do sell. And then I pulled this out of a bag. Look at this sucker. Isn't that pretty? Her aunt lived in Tucson, and we've got a whole lot of the silver and turquoise jewelry to sell. So these type of things, these statement pieces, I mean, that's huge. You can see how big it is. Let's see. There's my hand. So you can see it's a huge necklace. Came in a Seagram's bag. I can sell it too. But as you can see, it's a neat piece. And then she has this. And it's authentic from the early 70s. Jerry Coletta, that owned Coletta's Restaurants, was a friend of her aunt's, I believe she said. Now, can't quote me on that. But her aunt was a waitress there for a while, and then they developed a friendship, and Elvis used to go in, and he'd eat at the restaurant a lot, and he asked for her. And so she had this signed over to her niece that was about to be born, and this would have been around February of 1970. Cool, huh? This will be a fun one.